Hello. What's up? How's it going? Hold on, can I even, dude? I can like adjust these lights. Shit, dude. What up? Now it's a true wine lounge. Thanks for playing Hearthstone lately. Been fun to watch again. Hey, thanks. I've had fun playing it. Oh, there we go. Lovely done with the place. Thanks. Glass of Riesling. We have Pinot Noir. And we have Pinot Noir. That's all we got. It's very good. Boom, boom, boom. Ready to make the podcast big time plays. I am too. It's been a while. Honestly, I think this season's going to be wild. It's going to be wacky. It's going to be wild. If I've learned anything from watching all the other sports, it's going to be wild. What's my Blizzard thing? Blizzard noises with the random, there we go. There we go. Alright. What up, everybody? Hello. Oh, I gotta drop me down a little bit. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Here, oh. What's going on? How's everybody's Sunday been? I was watching the Blackhawks beat the Vegas Golden Knights. That was fantastic. They actually won a game. Why are we queuing together? I can't do solo queue anymore. I can't do League of Legends anymore. I'm not playing ranked League of Legends until the new season starts. I hit Plat, and that's that. I hit Plat, and that's that. Last 3 times I tried to play a ranked game is the worst experience ever. Built a Carnosaur today. Nice. Hell yeah. Luzon, 45 months. Hey, congrats on the wine, Crendor. I only have White Claw like a barbarian. I mean, I had White Claw the other day. I like wine more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 5. Swipe. They were the 45 months. What up, comrade? Yeah, I found wine bar backgrounds on Google, and here we are. Wait, you're silver? I don't even think I can queue with you if you're silver. You have to be gold, because you can only queue one above or one below. Mango White Claw is probably one of the better ones. I'd rank it in the top 3. Ace Cat Turney with the 2 months. Enjoying the groove in the wine cave, my dude. Thank you, Ace Cat Turney. 1, 2. Swipe. Thank you for the 2 months. I don't actually remember what the black cherry one tasted like, honestly. Actually, I think I had it and it was pretty good. We record Cox and Crendor through Discord, but we use Audacity to record our audios. I think he uses Adobe Audio or whatever the shit it's called. I forget what the audio one's called. And then he just edits it all together. So even if we break up on Discord, it's like the audio is still smooth enough to where it doesn't matter. And it's higher quality if you record it straight through Audacity. Sub-Lethal Coot, 32 months. How are you, comrade? Target has been a trashy place. I sippin' on some Ace pineapple cider. Damn, that sounds good. I've never had a non-apple cider. I've never had like a pineapple cider or like a different type of cider. Or like pear. I feel like I've seen pear ciders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Swing! They were the 32 months. What race was Crendor when you made him? I was an undead priest. Undead. Ready for classes to start. Have you read the syllabus? Syllabus got in your books. I never read the syllabus. Syllabus? Hop on the syllabus. I never read it even when I went to school. I always enjoyed getting my books outside of the paying for them part. But it was a fun process. Yeah, our wine cellar's great. Pineapple cider's actually good. I kind of want to try it now. Ace is a good brand. Let's see. Ace cider. Are you 21? Yes. Ace Ginger, Ace Space, Ace... Well, let's see. Ciders. Damn, they do have a lot of flavors. Apple, Berry Rose, Blackjack 21, Ginger Guava, Hazy Hop, Perry Joker, Honey Pineapple, Pumpkin Space Windfall. Huh. I do remember one year I took a class and they gave us the syllabus in the class, and it was like I think I've told this story before, but it was one of the things where like the syllabus was just really thick, and she was like, you're gonna be working hard in this class, you're gonna get an education out of this class, and I was like, get me out of here. So I dropped it, took the same class with a different teacher, and he was just this like honestly like 45-year-old dude that was like, America's too fat. And he was like, I don't want to grade shit, so I'm gonna give you the least amount of work. And I was like, found it. Got a B+ in that class. We played soccer one time. We tipped over all the desks and played soccer in class. True story. I don't think he's teaching anymore. Fun fact, I got the exact same credit as the people taking that other class. And that's the school system. Yeah, I've told that story a few times, mainly because of how crazy it is. How old was I? When I graduated, I was like 18, 19. I graduated at 18, and then I turned 19 that summer. And then... So going in there, I would have been 19, 20. I was probably 20. So that was like 11 years ago. Yeah. 10, 11 years ago. I think 10 years ago is actually when I started YouTube, and so I diverted from my normal schooling because I was like, I don't want to take these community college classes, so instead I took one community college class at like, I think it was like 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. And it was like 3 or 4 hours long, and it was a film class, and it was once a week. So I literally had to go to one class a week, and it was a film class. Because I was like, I'm starting YouTube, I may as well learn about film. So they just taught you like basics like the rule of thirds, the lighting principles, like a bunch of shit. And then we just watched movies. So we'd like do an hour or two on whatever, and then we'd do like 2.5 hours on watching a movie. And I remember one of the movies we watched like old movies, and then we watched Let the Right One In, which is like this crazy Swedish movie, Let the Right One In, with this like vampire girl that kills people. 2008. It was 2008 that came out. So I think we watched it in like 2009 or 10. So I remember the film teacher was like, this movie's crazy, very good movie. And we were like, all right. Then we watched it. And it was like, it's one of those movies where like it's creepy. But like, it's like a good creepy. I don't know, it's weird. It was a really good movie. I'm trying to remember what else we watched. We watched, I remember we watched Citizen Kane, but I missed that class. And then we also watched some movie where like Death and someone else play chess against each other in like medieval times. I don't remember. I still have my old book. I'm trying to find it so I can find all the movies I watched. What else was there? Boop, boop. And I can't remember any of the movies. We watched like a decent amount of movies. We watched that one Stanley Kubrick one with the like bum 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 bum. You know that one. Yeah, 2001. We watched that. That's what it was. A Space Odyssey. So yeah, did I learn anything from that film class? A little bit, yeah. I learned more than my other classes, honestly. Granted, it's what I went into. Creating film. So yeah. I actually made, what was it? I made one of my WoW machinimas. Get out of here, Nat! WoW machinima camping. WoW machinima Crendor quest. How can I not find it? WoW Crendor. That's me. Videos. Hello, everybody. Most popular. I don't think it's the most popular, but it's like down here. Oh, this was it. Around the Campfire. You might have seen this. So this movie, I made this movie in my film class. I wrote it in my film class, and then I submitted it as a BlizzCon entry. And this was probably the most film-esque machinima I ever made, because I was taking my film class at the time. I was like playing around with colors and shit. So it's probably the most effort I ever put into a WoW video. In terms of like editing and everything. And I tried to make it very like blows your mind a bit, you know what I'm saying? Because like everybody would like get taught film writing stuff, and I was like, dude, what if I like worked backwards and did this whole thing? So that was one of my favorite videos I ever made, actually. I put it in like the top. It might be like number 8 or 9. It's up there. I feel like if I would have remade it today, it'd probably be better. But that's like any movie I'd make. I enjoyed it. I could watch it on stream, but I'm drinking wine. It's crazy, like, looking back at some of these. Like, I can just sort videos by most popular. Oh, I got 3 million. And I just got, like, all these old WoW machinimas in the millions. Some in, like, the 100,000s. And yet, those are, like, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And now people just, like, upload a vlog and it gets, like, 1 million views. Shit's crazy, dude. I guess they uploaded vlogs back then, they'd get, like, 1 million views. But it was... Well, actually, no. They wouldn't. I think PewDiePie is the one who kind of changed it. Because up until that point, not many people would upload a video and it would automatically get, like, an insane amount of views. But now it's become so... It's become so, like, mainstream, and everybody's got YouTube, everybody's got phones, everybody's got whatever, that, like, boom, like, people get notified, typically. It's YouTube, so... Everything, plus, the thing was, like, back then, right, in order to make a YouTube video, you had to have a good computer. Most people didn't. They had, like, their laptop, their, like, MacBook, or whatever. Most people didn't even have phones, so most people watched YouTube on their laptop or their desktop PC. So most people watching YouTube were, like, people playing video games, or people watching, like, vloggers, or people looking up how to fix their car, or people watching cat videos. So it was like... I remember the point where YouTube was like, we're going to start making mobile stuff. And I was like, no, don't let the normies in. But, you know. Worst Dungeon Master, 37 months, saving 37 months. What people passing 78 not to love. Oh, wait. I went 2 over. Thank you, Worst Dungeon Master, 37 months. Had to suck 2 back up. So, yeah, in order to actually... watch videos, it was a process in itself. And then in order to make a video, you had to have a good enough computer, you had to have editing software, or you had to make your, like, shitty stuff. And then you had to have a microphone. And so just those things alone, if you were able to acquire them, put you into, like, the upper tier. Now it's like literally everybody can make a video. Like, your grandma can make a video on her phone. So, like, the problem is the saturation and the levels at which people are submitting videos is, like, so high. It's like, it reminds me of the equivalent of, like, college, right? So when your parents went to college, like, nobody went to college. They're just like, you know, I go to college, and then some other people do, and we get degrees and we get jobs. But now, the college, and I guess the workplace demographic and market is so oversaturated that now it's like I got a degree. It's like you and everybody else. It's the exact same thing, except with YouTube. And Twitch now. The Blackhawks did manage to show up. I watched the whole game, yep. Do I think they'll win 3 in a row? No. Do I hope they do? Yes. I'm honestly just happy they won a game. I'm very happy they won 1 game. I'll take it. If they lose the next one, so be it, but, you know. What are you gonna do? I did not make the Blood Bowl playoffs, no. And then, like, even going back to some of these old videos, man, it's crazy. It was very easy to play the algorithm back then, because you kind of knew what it was looking for. Now the algorithm is, like, very fine-tuned, based around, like, click-through rates and shit. Watch time. Thank you, Golly Collie, for the raid. I remember my senior year of high school, I took an analysis of film class. Final was to make a movie, but they never gave us any resources to do anything like editing. That sounds about right. I mean, there's like job postings for like $12 an hour that required a bachelor's degree in like 2010 as well. I mean, the job market, I think, oversaturated probably back in maybe like the early 2000s. Whenever the recession hit, I think, that's when it got bad. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I'm just looking through all my old videos. Which I've done before, but like... it's just like looking into the past, dude. Like, some of the videos aren't even that old. It's like 4 years ago, and yet 4 years ago is still such a long time, comparatively. And then you look at, like, 6 years ago. 8 years ago. Mists of Pandaria Beta. Shit, dude. Even the co-optional lounge. The co-optional lounge was 5 years ago. Jesus. And now all the kids watching Twitch don't even know what TB is. They just know the lol emote. If you had to be like, oh yeah, Total Biscuit, they'd be like, ooh, and then you'd be like the lol emote guy, and they'd be like, wow, that was a person? It's crazy, dude. Bup, 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 bup. Let's see. Pointless top 10 paintings in World of Warcraft was 6 years ago. My god. Do most of Crendor's mods have degrees? I got no idea. The Zykes, 26 months. They were the 26 months. The Zykes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 26. Swag. They were the 26 months. Let's see here. Some of my Hearthstone videos got really popular too. Hearthstone one attack minion deck got 718,000 views. Hearthstone dungeon end boss when you wish upon a card. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They got 625,000. That was like 2 years ago. That was actually pretty recent. WoW Hoarders. Oh yeah, I forgot I made a WoW Hoarders parody. That was actually pretty fun. I still remember making this one. Wow, the Dark Moon Fair is bad. That was with Billy. This is actually a terribly edited video. More so than my other ones. How to win at questing. Oh yeah, that was what, actually, how to win at questing is probably one of my favorite videos I ever made. Like, I'd rank it in the top 3. I really like it. Okay. Shaman Wow. That was my first video. And that was 2009, January 23rd. Bump, 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 bump. Down, 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 down. What is... Someone said some big-ass post about January 23rd of 2009. I don't think I can remember the exact day, but I remember what I did on the 26th for my mom's birthday, and then they went on like a big rant in one paragraph. Yeehaw. Shit's crazy. Man, it'll be in January. It'll be 11 years. Wait, no. 2009, 2019. It's 10 years. 2020. It's 11 years. It's be 12 years. Whew. 12 years in January. Any Warhammer painting coming up? Yeah. I'll be doing some Warhammer painting pretty soon. But I still have my Warhammer Crendor channel. I put more stuff over there because it's easier to do. So you just record for a bit, put it up. It's pretty much the same, except no chat interaction. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm a caveman of the internet. Bam, 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 boom, boom, boom. Yeehaw. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. Does Toaster Woman paint with you? She's been learning how to paint. So technically. I really like your Legend of the Go Guy vid. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I'm really interested in Warhammer, but was wondering what kind of glue is best for assembling minis. Depends. If you get plastic, the plastic glue they sell is good. But otherwise, you just use super glue if it's resin or anything else. Or you can just use super glue for plastic, but the actual plastic glue they sell, like, bonds it together. Or it, like, melts the plastic together. Bum, 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 bum. So it's less of a glue and more of like a adhesive. I don't know. Technically. It literally just melts the plastic. What did you think of WoW Cataclysm launch? Cataclysm beta is how I found Jesse TV. Eventually, U 4.0 is awesome time. I enjoyed playing. I enjoyed playing Cataclysm for a bit, but I mean, I think like a month into it, I was like, eh. Usually, good expansions, I'll play like, I don't know, 2 months. Bad expansions, I usually only play 1 month, unless I'm doing some crazy shit. Like farming mounts. Yeah, plastic glue makes the plastic bond to itself. So you can't use plastic glue on like anything but plastic. Would I read any Warhammer books? Maybe. I don't really... The thing is, like, I don't know. I don't really care as much about the lore. If I did, I'd read, like... Seraphon lore. You know. Stop being so basic. What do you mean? I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue. Yeah, well, any lore that involves, like, space marines, not that into it. I don't know. I like anything that isn't space marines or humans. Like, I like the, Seraphon lore. I'll read the Necron lore. Oh my god, Jesse actually uploaded the podcast 3 hours early. Hot dog, it's a Christmas miracle. This is a first. Now I can render it. Let's see. You read any good books recently? Hold on. Oh, there we go. I haven't been reading a lot recently. I've been trying to get back into reading. And by trying to get back, it's like you literally just gotta carve out like 5-10 minutes a day to read. And that's just, usually you'll read more than that. I've been reading my business books. I got The Purple Cow. That one I've been reading. But that's not in my book pile. I meant to read this one. It's like, it talks about Amazon, Facebook, Google, and Apple. It's called The Four. And then I also got Productivity Hacks, because God knows I need them. And then I've also got, this one look cool, it's like the back of the napkin, which is like solving problems, selling ideas with pictures. And I was like, I like pictures. So I got that one too. So yeah. I have a lot of marketing books. I got a lot of marketing books, self-help books, and like psychology books. Those are like the main three. And then I've got fantasy books. That's like the fourth. Maybe I have more fantasy books. In fact, back when I started YouTube, I would just go to the bookstore or the library, usually the bookstore, which is essentially a library. And I would just read marketing books. And I learned more from doing that than I ever did from school. Because in my mind, I was like, I mean, I'm reading marketing books from like actual marketers, like master marketers, because they're writing books and selling them in the store. So obviously they're doing something right. They just sold me this book. So I learned a lot just from reading those. And then I read a YouTube one from a guy at the time who wrote Viral. What was it called? Is it Going Viral? Book? Maybe it's just Viral. YouTube. Where is it? Is this like too old? I guess there's probably like a billion videos on YouTube books now. What the show is that called? Going Viral Book YouTube. How to become a YouTube millionaire. How I got 20,000 subscribers in 1 month. That's just a video. I should just write... Jesus. I should just write a book like this. How I got 500,000 subscribers, and you can too. I would do it, but I just... It's such a, like, cheap way to market. It's essentially just being like, I did this thing, and here's how you can do it. And it's like... Then you open the book and read it, and I'm like, you know, make World of Warcraft videos in 2009 when nobody knows how to use the internet and you can use editing software. Then meet a British man that runs a gaming podcast. Continue. Boom, 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 boom. Been a while since I've seen your face. Yeehaw. How long's a while? How to become Jake Paul? Even Jake Paul's like going crazy now. He's like got like guns in his house. He's like doing crack. He's like fighting people in boxing rings. What wine do I have? I just have standard like Pinot Noir. I was in a Pinot Noir mood. It's pretty good. Oh, like a year. Oh. Like I usually rank a lot of my YouTube career, not well, I guess online content creator career, in terms of like what I was doing or like things at the time. Like I'd say the first like 3 years are like the machinima period, right? Then I transitioned more into like the variety gaming, co-optional content creator. Then I became more of like streamer door. I became like Twitch streamer Crendor. And now I've just like circled full back into just don't care. Well, actually, then I'd say there's the gallbladder period. I would say post gallbladder I became buff door. And then Corona hit, and then it probably just became more just like, you know, where we're at today, which is just full on variety Crendor. Not giving a shit and doing what I want. So I'd say there's like 4 or 5 different time periods. Which is crazy because I'll see like people... It's relative, I mean, you know, there's still people that are like... Like I'll see people that are like, oh my god, I've been streaming for 1 year. And I'm like... 1 year? I don't know. Or some people are like, oh man, been doing streaming so long. It's been like 2.5 years. I'm like, 2.5 years? That's why I got my gallbladder out. That's like nothing. But it's also like an elitist attitude to have, so I don't want to have that attitude. Then I'm becoming the people that I hate, where you're like, man, it's like 80 degrees today, and they're like, 80 degrees, you think that's hot? Try 98, and someone's like, 98, try 115, like 115, try like 300 degrees. It's more just like, yeah, I guess when you have like a lot of experience doing the thing, you know, it's the same with age, where you're just like, man, I hit 23, I'm old, and like, you think you're old, I'm 31, and then someone's like, you think you're old, I'm 45, and then someone's like, you think that's old, I'm 92, you know? Someone's always younger than you, and someone's always older than you. So someone's always, you know, someone's always done YouTube longer than you. Someone's always done YouTube less than you. I mean, there's people done YouTube longer than I have. JP's been doing streaming longer than me. Day 9. You know? YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube people that started before me. Devin A11, 19 months. Hey nerd, what up, Devin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Sweet. Save the 19 months. And Ricky Jay-Z, 22 months, over the 22 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Swag. Over the 22 months. You watch Day 9? I don't. I watched him a little bit back like 8 years ago. I got ramen with him 7 years ago. It's alright, dude. Yeah, I watched him more when I was playing StarCraft 2. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Just the online content creator scene in general is crazy. And how far it's come. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I see, like, all these new people, I have no idea who they are. People be like, oh, did you see, you know, John Markson 485's latest video? And I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And they're like, he's got like 20 million subscribers. And I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Or they'll be like, oh my god, Bop Americano's got like 8 billion Twitch viewers right now. Did you see his latest live stream fail? And I'm like, I got no idea, man. You're asking the wrong person. I feel like this is a very awkward date. I don't think we're connecting here, Crendor. It's all good, man. I'm not even connected with myself. That's another dating tip thing. People like, you gotta connect with yourself before you connect with another person. I don't think that's entirely true. Let's see. Where the shit? That's what I gotta do. Where's the Cox and Crendor download? Download. Whoop. Slide over. Whoop. I always like seeing how much Jesse edits out of it. Because when I end my recording, I've recorded like 50. What did I do? I think we stopped like 55 minutes, and then I check his like edited version. It's down to, where are we at? 49 minutes. So he edited out like 5 minutes of like dead air or ramblings or something. Render. I think it's 251. It is. 251. Whoops. There we are. Neat. We actually cut stuff out. I mean, we don't cut like everything out. Jesse edits stuff down. He cuts down stuff of like, if we're like, hey, look at this article, and then Jesse like looks at it for like a minute and a half and doesn't say anything, and then he'll be like, what the shit? Stuff like that, where it's just dead air. Or if I ask him something and then there's no response for like 15 seconds, and I'm like, hello? And he's like, oh, sorry, it was like cutting out. He'll like edit that out. So it's just little things like that. What would you talk about on a first date? I don't even know. Mainly because me and Toaster Woman have been together for like 8 years now. So I got no idea. Once you haven't dated in so long. I know on our like initial meetings, I was very awkward. All you have to do is go back and watch like old Crendor vlogs, and you'll be like, wow, I can see how Crendor's very awkward. The old Northern Lion Demon. What up, Matrix? I'm convinced that Northern Lion Demon is just like a ritual to make the Canucks win. Oh shit, they're tied at 2. Yeehaw. I have seen the Simpsons Old Man Yells at Cloud meme. Bup, 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 bup. I remember you and her making jalapeno pizza. Oh yeah, that was a very doughy pizza. But I didn't mind it. I like doughy. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I was very awkward. I mean, yeah, all you have to go back to my like old videos and old vlogs, and I'm like, hello, it is me, Crendor. Hello. Like, I feel like when you're below the age of 23, I'll say 23, you lack the experience to be interesting. Because all you've really done up to that point is, like, go to school and live at your parents' house. Unless you've got some crazy story and you, like, stand out from the normal. But, like, most people, it's just, like, you go to school. Like, whatever. Then you get older and you have, like, crazy shit happen. You get your pains, your back starts going out, you get medical shit. You start working. You start, like, you know, you date people. You have relationships, like, you get so much more experience, and then, you know, you have more stuff to talk about, and you have more relatability. I feel like below, probably up to, like, 23, 24, it's like you're establishing yourself in a way. You know? Used to be David Lynch. Could be. But, you know, I feel like you also gain confidence as you gain older. As you gain more older points, you gain more confidence. That's just how it works. But there's also old people. There's, like, some, like, 50, 60-year-olds that don't have confidence, or they have, like, fake confidence. Or they just never learned anything, and it's like they're 20 but they're 50. I mean, if you get older and you don't learn anything, you're essentially the same age. So it's about processing what you're learning along the way, you know? Like, I could have gotten my gallbladder out and my toenails removed and been like, whatever, you know? I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And you don't learn anything from it. But what I learned from it was, wow, I am vulnerable. Well, that and TB dying. That was also part of it. All these things, like, hit at once, and I was like, wow, I'm very vulnerable. I'm a human, and I'm going to die. And I was like, shit, dude, I got to start doing something. So it's like, I got to start eating healthier. I got to, like, work out. And so that's what made me just start working out. Going to the gym. Dun, 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 dun. That's my go-to, like, so, you know. It definitely made me healthier, I'll tell you that much. My blood pressure went down. My ability to lift things went up. That's always nice. Put some strength points in the old strength category. Vol'jin's Hope, 35 months. Soon I'll return more powerful. Soon I will return more powerful than before. Mwahaha. I mean, oh hey everyone. I used to be Dark Vol'jin 03. What up, Dark Vol'jin? It makes sense that you're still Vol'jin's Hope. Sweet. They were the 35 months. Almost the 3 years, just realized. Did it help your anxiety? Yes. Because when COVID hit and I couldn't work out, my anxiety was like... it spiked right up. So it definitely helps anxiety. Boom, 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 boom. It's especially impactful when it's someone like your own age. You know what I mean? Like when someone your own age that's like a friend dies, it's like, shit, dude. Like they were like my age, you know? I think that's what really does it. Because up to that point, you're like, I don't need sleep. I don't need to eat well. I don't got to work out. And then it's like, boom. You're like, what the shit? So, yeah. Crazy, dude. I realized I've become very sedentary. In quarantine, I started forcing myself to go on log walks every second day with my dog. That's good. Yeah, I would mainly just go on walks. So now I still go... I go to the gym. I wear a mask. And, you know. I'm not like... I don't wear my mask and then, like, fall over. I'm not like, I can't breathe, guys, so I wear this mask. I just wear it. I work out. I'm good. To me, it's worth the risk just because I'd rather be fit. You know what I mean? If anything's worth the risk, I'd rather go to the gym than go to, like, you know, some beach party or some shit. Like people do. I go on hardcore bike rides up steep hills. It's great. Hell yeah. No, going like out in nature is great. Going on bike rides, going on walks. If I don't work out, I'll usually just go for a walk. Although, I don't know if I'd go to the gym if I lived in Florida or California. But, outside of there. And I mean, I've been going to the gym for... They opened back up in June, so it's been about 3 months now. Everyone's pretty good there about it. Everyone wears the masks. You don't even have to technically wear a mask while you're working out. I'd say 80% of the people do. And then you just spray down everything you use. They got like spray bottles all over, and you just spray everything down and wipe it down. How much muscle mass have you gained? I would imagine a lot. I would say 4 times where I started. Yeah, probably like 4 times where I started 2 years ago. I mainly say that because when I started, all the exercises I did, I've essentially tripled or like quadrupled. So like when I first started doing chest press, which is like the, you know, you put the weights on the side and then you go, and you like, you know, push out. When I first started that, I was doing about 10 pounds on each side. And I'd do 2 sets of 10. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you pause, then you do 10 more. So I'd do 10 pounds. Then I got up to like 15. Then I got up to 20. Then I got up to 25. Then I got up to 30. Then I got up to 35. Now I can do about 40. 40, 45. Usually I do 40 10 times, then I'll do 45 like 7 or 8 times. Until I like fatigue myself out. And then I try to go up to like 47. And I just do like a couple until I can't do anymore. I essentially try to like exhaust myself. And then like lat pull downs, which is the one where you like reach up here and like pull down like that. When I first started, I was doing like 20 to 30 pounds. Then I got up to like, same thing. You like slowly work your way up, and now I'm up to like 90 or 100. Before the quarantine, I was at like 120. Now I'm just at like 100 again. So yeah. My leg press? My legs... I only do legs like once a week, and I do arms like twice a week. So my leg press is only like 140. My legs are weak. They're still better than what they used to be, but I need to focus on my legs more. I do like I'll do like I won't do actual squats, but I do jump squats. I like doing jump squats more than actual squats. And I do deadlifts. Before the quarantine, I was deadlifting like 100 pounds. Now I'm only deadlifting like 90. But I'm slowly working my way back up. I can probably do more, but I always get scared. Because it's like, you know, I get afraid that I'm like... One time I was deadlifting. It was back when I was doing like 100. And then I like went up and I heard like a in my knee, and I was like, eh. I was like, I just tear my ACL or something, but it wasn't. It was like, apparently that can just happen. I started like trying to like juke on it, you know what I mean? Like starting to like do like a running back doing cuts. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I would know if I tore my ACL. What do you listen to while working out? I listen to EDM wub wubs. Powerful EDM wub wubs. Like, you know the meme with the dudes carrying the casket, and it's like wop 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 wop. I listen to that type of music. In fact, I listened to that song 2 years ago before it was popular. I'm very up to date on my. Usually it's like big room. I like big drops because when you get the big room drops, it's usually like you build up to the drop, and then it's like boom, and then you get the drop, and that's when you do your like whatever you're doing, and then you get the rest period, and then by the time you get to the next drop, which is the same drop, you get to go again, and then your song's over, and then you do the next exercise. So it's like perfect for it. So yeah. I did listen to System of a Down for a bit. That was also good workout music. How long after your surgery did you start working out? I'll show you. Shall I? 5 months. But that's because 3 months after my surgery is when I had to get my toenails removed. So I spent like 3 months just like dealing with that. And then a couple weeks after my toenails got removed is when I started working out. So yeah. Your lungs wouldn't get stronger, but you'll be 100% protected from the stuff. It's like putting a wire mesh on a sink. Crap will penetrate water. Will flow, no problem. Same thing for lungs, just filtering everything but air. Wait, hold on. What's that for? And I gotta check. I don't even know how to see that. Applying. I don't even know how to see the replies. Do I have to click on? Oh god, now I hear myself. Uh-oh. See threat. Oh. That's how you do it. I see. Because I noticed Dr. John. Well, I asked Dr. John like everything. He's like the ER doctor. He's saying your lungs would get stronger. So I was like, oh, I'll trust him. That's the only reason he said it. So I'm like, I don't know. He's a doctor. I'm like, I don't know. I guess he's a doctor. All I know is when I'm working out with a mask, every once in a while I have to be like, and then put it back down. I mean, either way, can't hurt, right? Something's probably improving. Boom, 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 boom. Do you take pre-workouts at all? What do you mean, like supplements? I mean, I just eat food. Post-workout, I usually just eat a lot. Sometimes it's better to eat pre-workout. Just depends. But I like eating post-workout so I don't get heartburn or anything. Because if you're like in a bench press and you just ate a big meal, it's like, ugh. You know? Honestly, working out helped a lot. Also, Quack of Dawn. Oh my god. 55 months. I'm 9 minutes late. You're probably used to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, Thank you for the 55 months. Usually quite prompt with me. Well, we fixed that today. Have you been inside an Illinois legal weed store? Yes. Yes, I have. I have bought my legal weed. It's great. I actually bought the blueberry. Like, back years ago, Jesse used to have these, like, weed blueberries. And I remember we took one at Disneyland. And when you take a weed blueberry at Disneyland, that shit's crazy. So I bought some of those. And then I just bought some, like, you know, normal weed. It's great. Vitamin D. Oh, yeah. I always take vitamin D. I legit take, like, 4,000 vitamin D a day. I usually do 2,000 in the morning, 2,000 at night. Mainly because I know I'm vitamin D deficient, because I go to the doctor every year. Usually my vitamin D was low, so I take a lot of vitamin D. I also think I get more sun than I do now. But yeah, 4,000's usually I take a day. And then I take B12. Because when I had gastritis, my B12 was low, so I always just take B12 just to take it. Everything else is fine, so those are like the only two I take. So I'm like, I don't really need a multivitamin when I already know the vitamins I'm low in. Any suggestions on what to listen to as I fall asleep? I usually listen to ASMR when I fall asleep. I listen to the same ASMR thing every night. I just listen to Ting Ting ASMR. And it's an hour and 10 minutes. And it's the same one. And I like the same one because it tells my brain, like, we're listening to this again. It's time to sleep. I listen to her too. Yeah, it's great. And every time she's like, welcome back. And then she does the fish. I always even know. It's like she does the fish thing and it's like the... And then it's like progresses. And I know when I fall asleep because I'm like, oh man, last night I don't remember getting to this part. And I'm like, oh man, I must have fallen asleep. Are the Billy mugs still a thing? They are not. That was back when I was with TGS Maker. No Pokimane ASMR. No Pokimane ASMR, sadly. It's crazy. I don't know about... If you have more dark... Oh yeah, it's like you're more prone to vitamin D deficiency because you need more sunlight for like your skin or whatever. And if you're more pale, you get vitamin D easier, but you also sunburn easier. It's all like melanin based. I'm out of wine. I need more wine. So I'll be right back. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ho. Karu the Squid, 500 bits. There, the 500 bits. Karu the Squid. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. I'd load these supplemented only like 2K a day for a couple months. Next test was too high. Interesting. I mean, you don't want to be like too high in it, because that can cause problems too. So you just got to find the right amount to take to get you to the right spot. No. Oh yeah, in winter it's going to be lower too, that's true. Yeah, you can OD on water. Too much anything's crazy. What's crazy to me is like how many people get so many viewers like everywhere now. You know what I mean? Now I'm just going back to the YouTube Twitch thing. So like on Twitch and YouTube, it blows my mind when I go look at like someone's stream and they have like over 10,000 viewers. That's like too many. That's too many viewers. Like it's not... That can't be healthy for anyone. I've always said that I prefer to be around... Like if I had to pick an ideal number of viewers to have, it would be... I wouldn't want to go over 1,500. Maximum. Maybe 2,000. Honestly, I'd be fine at 1,000. 1,000's pretty alright. I was actually watching Devin Nash. I'd never watched Devin Nash before up until like a few weeks ago. I think he put it really well. Because he was talking about how a lot of people are like, oh, I gotta grow. But he's like, you don't always have to grow. Like a lot of times, if you grow too much, that's when shit gets crazy, right? That's where, yeah, you get too many Zoomers spamming cringy meme stuff. He's comparing it to, like, cities, right? So, like, if you have a city with a small population, you get a lot of people that know each other. You can talk in the chat. You know, it's just a chill time. And it's just fun. But once you start growing, you know, you get to a point where, like, you can't control the amount of people there. Like, you have so many people there, there's, like... the crazy people walking around the streets with like a bucket on their head, or they're like swinging their dick all around in public. Like, you don't want that. And you gotta have like multiple mods like moderating it. I remember because when I was on the front page for WoW Classic, I got like a bunch of front page stuff. I think I maxed to like 8,000 viewers, and I hated it. It was actually, I didn't even stream one of the times because I just hated it so much. It was 9,800 was the high peak, 10K. Alright, it was around there. If I was a streamer that was that big, I would actually stop streaming. Like, legit. It was awful. It's legit like babysitting at that point. You just become a full-time babysitter. So I'd say Sam's pretty close to like the max. Sam gets around like 2,000 on average. 1,000's probably... But yeah, I think 1,000's better. I'd probably rather be around 1,000. That's not to say like right now at 333. Like that's fine with me. As long as it's like an active community and like shit's happening. And it's not like overly crazy. That's all I want. Do you think having a solid YouTube channel is important to grow as a streamer? Yes, I would say it's extremely important. I wouldn't be here today without a YouTube channel. I'll tell you that much. Without my YouTube, I would not be streaming right now. YouTube is insanely easier to grow on than Twitch, like by far. That's what people compare what I'm learning to be, which is a teacher, and it kind of pissed me off about them saying a teacher is a babysitter. Yeah, I wouldn't say being a teacher is a babysitter. I think it can be similar. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, you don't want to be a babysitter. Like, I want to just entertain people. I don't have to, like, mod my chat and be like, Jimmy, stop posting tentacle penises again in the chat. You know? But, like, the same thing in school. You're like, alright, stop fucking throwing spitballs at the other kids now, Ricky. Same shit. You're just trying to teach them math. You know? So I get that. Zuriz with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Zuriz, for the Twitch Prime. Sweet. Thank you very much. And Johnny Doodles with the 49 months. They were the 49 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9. Sweet. They were the 49 months. They were the 49 months. But even then, it's like, yeah, you could just let the mods handle it, but it's still annoying. I don't know. Yeah, because you want to still interact with chat and do everything like that, but you can't really interact with chat if it's just a constant... It's a hive mind, really. If someone types one thing, if someone types lol, then everyone types lol. And there's no, like, individual thought. All individual thought is lost. And sometimes that's fun. Like, I think if you're watching, you know, E3 or some shit like that, I think it's kind of funny if you watch that. But just constantly, when you watch someone constantly and it's always there, it's too much. E-Run just subscribed. Thank you, E-Run, for subscribing. So yeah, it reminds, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the kids in school that would hang out in these big packs, right? At like lunch tables, or like the high school kids that just travel in a big pack. They just move in a pack. It's like a school of fish. And they only do that because they can't exist outside of that. And it's something to be a part of, right? It's like, I'm a part of this thing. This gives me purpose. And it's just like, you know, it's the literal, like, SpongeBob fish being like, meat, 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 meat. It's just that. And then if you, like, go to one of them and you're like, what's your opinion on this thing? They'll be like, opinion. And then they look back to their clique of people like, well, what is my opinion? And they're like, this is what we believe. And they're like, this is what we believe. And it's like, no, but what's your opinion? It's like, and then it's like self-combust. That's what I think of. Alluro with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Alluro, for the Twitch Prime. Sweet. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Sounds like a cult to me. I mean, a lot of Twitch is essentially the cult. I mean, let's break it down, all right? What is a cult? 7 signs that you're in a cult. Opposing critical thinking. That's definitely happened on YouTube and Twitch. Isolating members and penalizing them for leaving. That's definitely happening. Why'd you unsub? You unsubbed for me with your tier 3 subscription. Emphasizing special doctrines outside of scripture. Yeah, they probably got some of that. Seeking inappropriate loyalty to their leaders. Oh, that definitely occurs. Dishonoring the family unit. Oh, yep. Bleed purple, dude. Crossing biblical boundaries of behavior. Parentheses. Versus sexual purity and personal ownership. No, that definitely happens on Twitch. Separation from the church. Yep. So yeah, when you break it all down, it's just a cult. You know? Rago Cop, 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits, Rago Cop. I mean, the thing is, like, it really is. Like, it's just a lot of, it's a lot of marketing. Even when, like, PewDiePie used to do the whole, like, brofist thing. Like, yeah, bros, we're a family. Like, I don't think he's a bad person for that. But that's essentially just, it's encouraging, like, a fake cult family-esque atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's exploiting people for viewership at that rate. And that's what a lot of YouTube and Twitch kind of lives off of, right? Is like that whole, yeah, parasocial relationships. Like, oh man, you're part of the Twitch family. You're part of the, I don't know. Literally any streamer has like some sort of name for their shit. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Kentorin with the Twitch Prime. Welcome to the family. Sweet. Now give me your Prime. You know, Gmart's with the G spot. Of course. So no, I prefer to not do that. It's one of those things where, like, you can definitely increase the amount of money you make by doing that, but I'd rather not do it. Because then 99% of people are like, yeah, you know, whatever. And then there's the 1% that's like, yeah, I'm part of a family. And then they, like, are actually insane people. You know? And I've heard enough stories from, like, other content creators to be like, oh yeah, there's some crazy people out there. Like the types of people who'll be like, yeah, you said this. Yeah, they'll be like, you said to sacrifice a goat on stream, so I did sacrifice a goat and I've mailed it to you. And you're like, oh. Okay. Sergeant Fiddler, 50 bits. Thank you for the 50 bits. Especially on a platform like Twitch, where a lot of people on Twitch are watching it because they're lonely. And so you're essentially just preying on lonely people for monetary gain. The clap swag thing must have started out ironically and became real. Yes. Yes, it did. So back in, I don't know when swag was popular. I guess like in 2012, maybe 2011. Everybody would be like, swag, dude, that's swag. So I just started saying swag at the end of it out of irony. And, now it just is a thing. High fives became a thing, the clapping, because I needed like a gimmick, right? Everybody had their gimmicks for subscribing, and I was like, I'll give you a high five. And then I was like, it makes sense, because then resubs, I'll just do the amount of high fives equals the amount of subs, or the amount of months you've been subbed. But now, years later, here we are. That sounds like the oldest profession you're describing. I mean, this shit probably goes back to, like, you know, Roman days. Catman with the 1,000-bit dunk. Thank you, Catman, for the 1,000-bit dunk. Yeehaw, thank you very much. The thing is, like, I already forgot what I was going to say. The thing is, I don't remember. Maybe if I scroll up, I'll remember. Thanks. The point is, people are crazy. I can give an example. BTS Army fans, 9% of the time are chilled back as soon as anyone says anything negative. Oh yeah, it's like anything. People in general. I mean, you can stem it into religion, politics. Just look at politics. Jesus Christ. Fandoms, sports. You look at sports. The amount of people I see with sports, I'll listen to sports radio. The amount of people that call in, they're like, I can't believe that Corey Crawford doesn't win the game, the other game, and it's like Jay Cutler. I always said Jay Cutler is an idiot. And they're like, sir, are you okay? I said Jay Cutler is an idiot, and I said it, and I'll say it again. I'll fucking kill him. And they're like, all right, well, thanks for calling. Next call. Like, people are just insane. It's like, dude, they're playing a football game. It's not like he had like $1,000 bet on the game either. Zycool, 52 months. Say the 52 months Zycool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Swag. They were the 52 months. Yeah, any type of sports thing, people freak out. I mean, the whole premise is like, part of it's escapism, right? You're escaping reality by watching a sport or watching, music groups or watching streams. Whatever it is you're doing, you're escaping reality. And so there's this like attachment to it to where it's tied into like good feelings. Like this team wins. When that team wins, I win, right? It's like, so you feel good. You get your endorphin rush or whatever. So when they're losing, it's bad because everyone else is having fun. You're not having fun. And then you start getting sad because your entire existence, and your existence at that point is tied into escapism, is being crushed. You know what I mean? I mean, be with like anything. Yeah, I even do it. You refer to your team as we. You're like, we need a new quarterback because you established that you're part of that, right? You're like, the Packers drafted a quarterback. Like, we don't need a quarterback. We got Aaron Rodgers. It's the same thing. It's like if you talk about music groups or whatever. It's like, yeah, we're part of something. Really, people just want to be part of something because we're social creatures. And that really just stems from, like, tribalism. Because we evolved through tribalism, right? Everybody just had their small tribe. That's like cliques. That's what cliques are, right? High schools are just little tribes. Because that's all we are. It's just people, it's just tribal people. Yeah. This just reminds me when I played Banjo-Kazooie and started drinking wine, and I started talking about... I started talking about anesthetic and how I had surgery, and I was like, dude, if anesthetic's like death, it's crazy. And everyone was like, Crendor, I'm scared. Yeah, I mean, sports to me is like, sports is my one thing I'm like fandom about. Oh my god, St. Louis advanced. St. Louis is on the power play with only 2 minutes. Which is why I'm happy I've seen all my teams win the championship. Some people won't see that. We're just all tribal, man. I've only been under it once, so it weirded me out when I woke up like a day later. It's insane, dude. It's like when I had my surgery for my gallbladder, I remember I'd like scrub myself down. So like the night before you have a surgery, you gotta like wash yourself with like antibacterial soap or whatever they give you. Then when you get there, you have to like scrub yourself down with like some other shit. And then you like lay in the bed, and I remember I was laying in the bed thing waiting to talk to whoever, like the surgeon or whatever, and the guy came in and he was like, hey, you feeling anxious? You feeling upset or whatever? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling a little anxious. Don't feel very good about being cut open. And he was like, I'll give you something. He gave me something. That was like, all I remember was I was laying in the bed and I was like, I wonder when this stuff's gonna like hit. And then I remember like it was like boom, like snap my fingers. I was there in like the room waking up, and they're like, hey, wake up, and I was like, it's over. It's over. And then when I got out, I asked Toaster Woman, I was like, did I thought I was supposed to talk to the surgeon before I went in. Like, why didn't I talk to the surgeon? And she was like, you did. And I was like, oh. It was just crazy. Like, the fact that I'm just like, oh yeah, you're there 1 minute and then the next you're like in a that's okay. That's what blew my mind. It wasn't the fact of like, it wasn't like death. You know what I mean? Like when you die, it's like anesthetic. It was the fact of my mind was like, dude, what if you die and you wake up 800,000 years in the future and they're like, we've resurrected your atoms and DNA so you can fight in the robot war. And you're just like, all right, shit, I guess I'm fighting. It would be like an instant. That's what freaked me out. I was like, dude, if I died and I woke up and you're like, you're in the robot war in like the year 1 million, the sun's about to burn out, you're just like, shit, dude, let's go. Crendor, that rarely happens. I know, there hasn't even been a robot war yet. But you never know when there will be. Nick is here. Nick, how are you doing after the loss? Hey, look, St. Louis couldn't score on the power play, just like Vegas. Now they're going to overtime. So yeah. Shit's crazy, dude. I remember reading 2 different Reddit posts about asking Reddit about their anesthetic stories. One guy, while under asked his girlfriend to not let them touch his penis, he screamed this out loudly a few times. That's like when people get their wisdom teeth out and they get like laughing gassed or whatever. I had a few like really light anesthetic things too. Like when I had my I had this tooth pulled down and twisted around, so I'd have like oral surgery anesthetic. And then I had my endoscopy where they like go down your throat into your stomach. They put you under for that. But it's like really light anesthetic comparatively to like surgery anesthetic. So it's still that same like, they're like count backwards from 100 and you're like 190 not and then you wake up and you're like, whoa, it's over. And they're like, yep. But with surgery, like actual surgery, you're just like, oh my god, it's over. Also, everything is all I remember they gave me, oh my god, I remember I was like sitting there and they're like, you're gonna go home now, and I'm like, alright, good. And then they gave me my pain pill. They gave me my like opiate or whatever. And I was like, I took it and my stomach got kind of queasy and I was like, if I throw up right now, I am going to hate life. So it's like you got like your fresh stitches in there, and then you're just like, ugh. But I didn't, so that was good. I was put under to get a screw in my finger. They put the mask on. Said countdown from 10. I asked them if this was the anesthetic because I was curious, and they were like, nah, and then I felt my conscience fading. Yeah, when they're like countdown from 100, I think I got to like 97. You had surgery on your nose, you woke up and started to fight everybody. God damn. I didn't wake up during mine. But I also don't remember even going in the surgery. But mine also lasted too long. Like, I couldn't pee for like 8 hours. That's when I had to get the catheter. And that was a bad time. I would recommend not getting a catheter if I had to give out some advice. Try not to get one. I feel like Nick is a very angry anesthetic patient. Can concur. My friend had a catheter and blew up the balloon while it was only had. Oh, Jesus. Nasogastric tube feels worse than a catheter? Well, I don't want one of those either. I don't want any more tubes. Unless I'm out of it. I woke up during my wisdom tooth surgery to the surgeon hammering my back tooth to queen somebody to love. I'm a registered nurse. Patients trying to fight you happens at least once a week, usually more. You ever put any catheters in? I remember when I got my catheter in, I was like, is it gonna burn? And they were like, yeah. And then when I got it out, it was just this like 60-year-old woman. You could tell she's done this for like 40 years. And I was like, is it gonna hurt? And she's like, well, I mean, you're gonna probably want to punch me, but I never really get punched. And I was like, alright. It literally just felt like they ripped a Band-Aid out inside your, your ding-dong. That was my comparison. Would I do it again? I would not recommend it. Literally, just imagine like ripping a Band-Aid off on your arm, but just inside, down there. Welcome to Health Stories with Crendor. Enjoy your stay. Plenty. Well, I don't even know how it works, because like when they just, when you get the catheter in, they're just like doop doop doop. I don't even want to know. I finally got around to putting my Dreadsorian together. Nice. That's awesome. I should buy one. Kerwinius with the 7 months. They were the 7 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Swag. They were the 7 months. Kerwinius. I know, I'm channel surfing, about to move to Mississippi. Any advice, anyone? I honestly know nothing about Mississippi. I'm not gonna lie. I know you spell it Mississippi. I'm back with some wine myself. Nice. What do you got? Don't get a catheter. That's my advice. So, what the shit? Okay. So, health story. Oh yeah, so we'll branch off from the health stories. I need to at least do one health story a year. Sangiovese from Italy. Nice, that sounds awesome. So after I had my gallbladder stuff and everything, got my catheter in, I remember the worst pain I had from the catheter and the gallbladder and everything was the gas they pump you with. Because when you get surgery, they pump you full of gas so that they can like operate inside you. Because I didn't actually get like cut open. They do the little like robot like, but they have to do a little like whoop in your belly button so they can actually pull the gallbladder out. And they have to pump your entire like body full of gas to expand it so that they can have room to work with. And I remember on day 3, I had to go back to the ER because I was in so much pain. It felt like I ate probably like 30 cans of beans. And it was just all like not able to exit. And I was just like, it was so bad. And then they gave me morphine. And the morphine didn't do anything. The morphine just made me kind of like, hey, but it didn't get rid of the pain. I was still in pain. And then I think that's what happened. I finally was able to like fart, because you can't like fart for a while, right? Because your like digestive system and everything is under the anesthetic. So everything's just numbed for a while. And then everything starts waking up. So after it wakes up, you're good to go again. But I couldn't until that point. And then after that, I was like, nice. Okay, now I feel better. But then my surgeon came back, who's like the 70-year-old Eastern European guy. So he was essentially me, but like 80 years old. And he's like, what are you doing? Why do you have catheter? You have catheter? Why you have catheter? And I'm like, I couldn't pee. And he's like, normally that is hernia. Hernia cannot pee. Gallbladder, you should pee. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you can get it out now. Take catheter out. So that's when they took the catheter out. And then he legit gave me like 40 pain pills, which was like Tylenol and what's it called? Oxycodone. Tylenol and oxycodone. Man. So acetaminophen, yeah. So like I remember I only took like 5. And I was like, all right, it mainly helped with like falling asleep at night. And then I just like kept them in the, the cabinet, because you're like, whatever. And then when I had my Tylenol, when I had my toenails get really inflamed and infected, that was painful, to the point where like I used all of my pain pill drugs for that. It's not fun. Also, that showed me how addictive drugs are. Because I would limit myself to like 1 a day, sometimes 2 if it was really bad. Because when I was gonna say, I've told this before, but like when I took that, I was playing BFA, and I remember, I was like, those were strong, because I was playing BFA and I was having fun. And that's how I knew they were like really strong. But you literally are just like, yeah, all right. Let's go. This is awesome. And so when I ran out of them, there's still like that addictive part of your brain where you're like, yeah, I gotta save it. This is like the last one. And then after I ran out of them, I just like threw the bottle out, and I was like, nope, never again. I have alcohol. And I haven't had a pain pill since. That shit's crazy. And weed, Lamau. I took Oxy recreationally when I was like 17, dug a hole on the beach to throw up in, then fell asleep in the sun for hours. Jesus Christ. Well, painkillers can make you nauseous if your stomach's empty. You need to take it on a full stomach. Or at least eat something. That's like any painkiller. You shouldn't just take it really anything. You shouldn't even drink on an empty stomach. anytime you drink or take drugs or do anything on an empty stomach, it's gonna roast every organ you got. I got the biofreeze from your list, and it's helping my aging joints in my legs, still in my 20s. Nice, dude. I just used my biofreeze the other day because I was getting like tennis elbow. Like right in here. It was just hurting. And then I looked it up. I'm like, what hurts here? And then someone's like, that's tennis elbow. And I was like, oh, so I looked it up, and it is indeed tennis elbow. So I put some biofreeze on there, and it helped. Yeah, biofreeze is great. I love it. I got a whole bottle of it. What happens with Blood Bowl? I did not make the playoffs, sadly. One time when I was on stuff, I had a really bad point where I felt like my skin, specifically my arms, was like a glove. I could take it off. What the shit? That sounds crazy. Honestly, it's probably from the gym. Too many reps of like just anything, because I mean you're constantly working, and then on top of that I'm just sitting here like, and that's, you know, you can feel it working in there. So a lot of things can impact it. Biofreeze is just like icy hot. It's like the same stuff. I mean, yeah, just computer chair. I mean, you can get it from being in a computer chair. Same thing. How's Cat doing? He's doing good. Still being a cat. He was here a bit ago. Now he's not. He's healthy, yeah. He's still a healthy cat. He's got to go to the vet because he has to get shots. Yeah, so I mean, I never really overdo anything. Like when I drink, I only have one to two drinks. And then, you know, if I do the weed, I may only do like, you know, I'll only do weed at like night. I only do weed. I only ever do weed at like night just to like chill out and fall asleep. Do you still do YouTube? Yeah, I still do YouTube. I feel like I never see videos suggested anymore, though I do refuse to click the bell for anyone. No, I feel that. Yeah, I mean, I still do YouTube. I have my WoW Crendor channel. I have my Warhammer Crendor channel, if you like Warhammer. I got my ASMR channel, Goodnight Crendor. And then, I feel like I got... And then there's the Cox and Crendor podcast one, but... Yeah, weed's pretty neat. Weed's fun because you just kind of laugh and then just kind of chill there like, whoa, man. Do you have an OnlyFans channel? I wish. I'd probably be rich. Let's see. I would watch trashy reality TV with my mom while she smokes weed. It's kind of funny because when I'd buy my like legal weed, a lot of the customers there are just old people. You never expect a bunch of old people to just be buying weed. But I mean, I guess they did a bunch in the 70s. And now they're like, I could just go down the street and buy some weed. I have done a man bun. Man bun? I have done a man bun. I actually like the man bun. It's like the Jon Snow look. Right now I just got the, like, you know, ponytail thing. Emperor Lalouch alt 18 months, 1.5 year. Thank you, Emperor Lalouch alt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sweet. Thank you for the 18 months. I don't get the appeal of drugs. I don't get the appeal of like hard drugs. Alcohol and weed are like, you know, it just helps you chill out. Just kind of relax. Part of it becomes just habitual, though. I mean, like, when I had to take, like, antibiotics or stuff like that, and you don't drink for, like, I don't know. I didn't drink for, like, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like, you know, you get to a point where you're like, oh, man, I don't even need to do it. So part of it's just habitual. Weed gives me stupid hangovers, thanks Mom and Dad. I mean, I guess part of it's the amount that you take, too. Like, I don't take a lot. Like, I know if I take an edible, I only do, like, 5 milligrams. Maybe a little more. Maybe you can do, like, 6. Maybe 7. One time I took 10. That was too much. Never doing that again. Crocodile? What the shit is that? Or even drinking. Like, I know I know with drinking, like, you know, I can have 1 to 2 drinks normally. But, like, I think the most I ever drank is, like, 5, maybe 6 drinks. I've never, like, blacked out from drinking or, like, anything crazy. The one time, I think it was the Ren Fair, I had, like, 6 drinks, and I was, like, kind of dehydrated, and I was like, this is bad. Beer messes up my stomach, switch to Grey Goose, couldn't be happier. Honestly, if I had to rank my alcohol, it would be wine is number 1, beer is number 2. Maybe tequila number 3 because it's like margaritas. I like margaritas. And then, I don't know, everything else is kind of like whatever. Crocodiles, meth, opium, morphine, and oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds awful. Do you use any brand name brushes or you just use cheap ones? I just bought them off Amazon. And then I have a couple Citadel brushes that are alright. Always red wine or white wine too. I prefer red wine, but I like white wine. It has to be dry though. I don't like sweet wine. I only like dry wine. Only dry wine. Sweet wine is just like, it's like I'm drinking dessert. I don't know. The drier the wine, the better. Sunday service with Jesse, Sunday night with Crendor. Yeah. Honestly, I like Sunday night, just kind of chilling out. I think it's a good, like, wine chill stream. But yeah, I wouldn't do anything else. Weed and alcohol, that's about it. And then, you know, the occasional painkiller when I have pain. Like, if they prescribe, if I had, like, some, I don't know, if I, like, broke my leg and they're like, here's some painkillers, like, I'd probably take them. But I'm not gonna, like, run out of them and be like, I need more. You know? Do you check its quality by tilting the glass? Well, I know you can do that. I don't do it, though. You swirl it to do the, like, you know, oxidation. You want to, like, get more oxygen in it to bring out the taste. The problem is if you do too much oxidation, which usually is, like, over days, then you ruin the taste. Where I'm from, enforced service, the hard drugs came with service, but I'm well beyond that. Now I'm just focused on wine, nothing more. That's cool. You ever get into D&D? A little bit. I can't get into it like some people do. Like Sam. Sam gets really into D&D. Or like a lot of other people. But like, I don't know. I can have fun with it, like goofing around. Whoa, it's cat.
Cat, look. Cat. What? Ow! His claws. Ah!
All right. All right. He's not having fun. I once went to Mexico and won a tequila drinking contest. Oh my god. My friend and I woke up as they were closing the bar. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh yeah, D&D. Like, I enjoyed playing D&D where I was like, hey, I'm like this weird old fortune teller woman or whatever. But, like, a lot of people get really into, like, D&D. Like, I'm a fourth, I've leveled up my paladin and now I shall progress. I just can't do that. I just can't do it. I can't get into it. It's too long. It's like 3-4 hours of doing that, and I'm like, oh my god. My attention span just can't handle it. I don't even have ADD or anything, but I just, by hour 2, I start running low on fumes. If I'm a DM, though, like when I did Daikia and stuff, then I can do it. I can DM a lot better than I actually play the game. So I think I enjoy world building and like creating stories and stuff more than I actually like playing in someone else's world. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'd have more fun just creating. I just prefer to create stories and create worlds and create characters and not like create characters, because I guess you create a character to play D&D with, but I guess you kind of get what I'm saying. It's like I prefer to be the creator and less of the person going into someone else's world. Am I still writing? I'm starting to get back into writing. It's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason I like. It's part of the reason I want to get into more writing, is just because I love world building and writing stories. That's why I got into WoW Machinimas. I wanted to tell my stories and create little stories in World of Warcraft. Are you willing to do Warhammer painting with Octopimp? He's interested but is intimidated by streaming it because of low views. Yeah, I would do that. I mean, that's the thing, is a lot of people don't want to do it because, like, oh, my view count. That's a common thing with, like, Twitch in general. Like, I don't want to do this thing because it gets low views. And maybe, like, years ago, I would have been the same way, but I'm like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm having fun doing it, I'm going to do it. Like, you just hit a point where I'm like, I just want to have fun doing a thing. And if I'm having fun doing something, I imagine other people will also have fun watching me do that thing. Ask Goobertown to do a collab or be on his podcast, Paint Bravely. I didn't even know he had a podcast. Honestly, maybe I will ask him. I'm not shy to the idea of just asking people to do stuff. I mean, I've done 60 fishing with Crendors or whatever. What's your opinion on Blizz leaving Flame Tongue and Primal Strike on Ellie Sham but removes Searing Totem? I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the last person to ask about mechanics of World of Warcraft. If you want to ask about the types of ceilings and the types of aesthetics in the game, I'm definitely the right person. But if you want to ask me about game mechanics and, abilities, I am not the right person. I play a warrior, and I couldn't even name you all the abilities I use. I used to play a priest, and I still could not name all the abilities. You can ask him chemistry. Was he like? Is he like a chemist? Is that like his thing? No, Jesse mains shaman. I mained a priest, and then I mained a mage, and then I mained a priest again, and then I mained a warrior. And then in Classic WoW, I played a warlock, and I enjoyed playing a warlock so much that now I'm going to play a warlock in Shadowlands. So yeah. He's a scientist, and his circle of friends are as well. Damn, dude. I didn't know that at all. Well, now I am like the complete opposite of that. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Yeah, I used to rank warlocks as like my most hated class. Now I love it. Leaning towards any covenants? I have no idea yet. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Would you paint non-Warhammer miniatures? Maybe. If I liked it enough. The thing is, like, most of the things I like are based in Warhammer. Like, I like goblins. I like lizardmen. I like beastmen. I like orcs. So if there were some cool, like, non-Warhammer, any of those, I'd probably paint them. Like, a lot of D&D miniatures feels... Let's see. D&D miniature. Get out of here, Nat. What's your favorite Warhammer army? Seraphon, Lizardmen, without a doubt. If I had to pick one, that's what it would be. What about Age of Sigmar? You prefer over 40k? I just prefer medieval fantasy in general. I've never been a big, like, space person, sci-fi. I know I'm not into sci-fi. They're like, it's sci-fi fantasy! Like, it's the same shit to me. I don't even care if it's not the same. To me, it's the same. So I just don't know. Like, I think Necrons are cool. But, like, I wouldn't have played Necrons unless Games Workshop didn't send me a box of Necrons. But I'm like, neat, now I have a 40k army. But if I had to pick one still, I'd still pick Age of Sigmar. Mainly because, like, lizardmen. I just prefer things with, like, swords and bows and, like, monsters and, you know, medieval fantasy stuff. I don't really like guns that much, even though Sigmar does have some guns, like the Caradron Overlords and shit like that. I still just prefer the whole medieval setting. Did you ever do any Total War Warhammer? Yeah, a while back. I have not read the Silmarillion or whatever it's called. I hear the new Coalesce is really good. Starborn is still solid. Yeah, I actually, before COVID hit, I played 2 games as the Coalesce and it was really strong. Like, really strong. It's great. Doo-doo-doo. A lot of people I know play 40k just because of the lore. Because the lore is, like, really deep and everything like that. But I've always said I'm more of, like, the lore is just it's kind of like a bonus to me. While a lot of people consider lore their, like, main thing that gets them into it. They're like, dude, I read the lore and now I have to play this army because of the lore. To me, it's like, I play Lizardmen, and, oh, they got some lore to them. Let me read it. Oh, the Slan do this? That's pretty neat. And then I'm like, whatever. Like, to me, lore is, like, secondary, but for a lot of people, lore is primary. So, you know, that's for me. Like my Seraphon book. I still haven't read the lore in it. I probably should, but... whatever. What are you gonna do? Good lore makes the game better for me. Well, I guess that's the thing. Is like lore, I think, can enhance something, right? Like to me, lore is an enhancer. So if I'm really into Warhammer or WoW or whatever, lore makes it better. But for some people, like Jesse, for example, he can get into something because of the lore. And then the things around that lore enhance that. Or they enhance the lore. But it's still like he got into it because of the story and the lore and then everything. Right? Would you plan a narrative-based campaign for AOS? Probably not. It's like the same with D&D. Like, I think maybe if like the right people, maybe if it was like Dodger, Jesse, and like Sam, then I would. But like aside from that, if I didn't know anybody I was playing with or anything, I don't know, I probably wouldn't. With 40k, you gotta look at upgrades. Forge World, feel like everything's gotta be painted accurately. With AOS, you can just paint what you want as long as it's. I haven't read any of the novels, no. Yeah, it's a good idea to come back to Shadowlands for someone who didn't like Battle for Azeroth. I'd say so. I think every other expansion's typically good. So I would say it's worth it. Plus, from what I've played with Shadowlands, it's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. Lawn Lurker with the 5 months. They were the 5 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swipe. They were the 5 months. How long have I been streaming? Wow, it's been 2 hours already. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll probably be done now, because I gotta upload Cox and Crendor, so it's gonna kill the frame rate. Or not the frame rate, but it's gonna kill the frames. That's what I'm looking for. So, final questions. Yeah, expansions are always good at the beginning. If you're gonna get into anything, do it like right when the game comes out. That's when everyone's playing. That's when everything's fresh. That's when nobody knows anything, really. It's the best time to play it. The Blackhawks lose on Tuesday. I'd have no idea, but I hope they don't. If I had to take a bet, I say yes. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No. Make some more Hearthstone Fun Decks, please. I will. Little spoon or big spoon? Probably depends. Sometimes you feel little spoon, sometimes you feel big spoon. Just depends on your mood. How many times have you won Fall Guys? Once. Is a Pop-Tart a tortellini? No. Pickle in the sandwich or on its own? In the sandwich. Well, it depends on the type of pickle, too. If it's like a whole pickle, then you eat it on the side. But if it's like a slice of pickle, then you put it on a sandwich. When are we going to have another food stream? Great question. Do you believe in life after love? It's too deep for me. I'm not super happy about it. Oh, wait. I have to wake up in 5 hours to see the first Jazz playoff game. Oh, yeah. The NBA playoffs are tomorrow. That'll be neat. For someone who quit at Wrath of Shadowlands worth it. Yeah, I'd take a shot at it. Take a bite, put it back. Yeah. Next fishing, when? Whenever Sam actually answers my Discord messages, because holy shit, he's like, Crendor, you fish with everybody but me. And I'm like, alright, let's fish. And then I'm like, hey Sam, want to fish? No response. Hey Sam, want to fish? No response. Hey Sam, when do you want to fish? No response. And then I said, hello, and then he said, hi. And then I said, when do you want to fish? No response. Then I told Dodger, tell your husband to fish with me. Jesus. And then she did, and then he still hasn't responded. I swear to God. But then he plays Final Fantasy for like 10 hours a day. Alright. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, click the follow button. Follow along. Be alerted when I go live. Check out all the links below the stream. Whole bunch of links down there. Check them all out. You got Crun Slot, Discord, Twitch Prime, Patreon, Jinx Tips, Grunge, YouTube, thanks everybody. Subscribe, resubscribe, drop bits, drop tips, gifted subs. Thank you very much. I'm going to be uploading the new Cox and Crendor. And yeah. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon playing something. I don't know what yet, but I'll be playing something. I'll be doing my 2 streams again. 2 streams a day, just because, yeah. Okay? Okay. See ya! You should clip it and send it to him, yes. I would clip it and send it to him. 100%.